Go. So good morning, Buffalo.
Hey,
Yeah, we
look
have
at
our
my
coffee.
look at my coffee cup today. It's super tropical. It's like a beach
Oh
scene.
yeah, that's clams, I think. It's coming out pixelated on my end.
Yeah, webcam. This is this is
Yeah,
the
well,
this is the most low budget podcast ever.
well, that's what you get when you're talking like a couple of thousand miles away. So, but anyway, so
Let's talk about that.
welcome to
Let's
our.
talk about that. Let's talk about the distance that we deal with. So
Okay.
Aldrin lives in the Philippines, and he actually gets up uh at night. It'll be what time is it there right now? So it's 9:30 p.m., right? Because you guys don't observe daylight savings.
Correct.
So he works our business hours, which are 8 to 4, while he's over there, which is really awesome. He's up all night working for the man over here on the in the U.S. And we really appreciate it. It's been a fun experience. So tell me, first of all, let me direct some questions here. Tell me what the weather's like over there today, because I'm very jealous. It's cold here.
Well, it's a mixture of hot and humid, and you don't want to get out of the house, basically. Because it's to a point that the sun is not even showing, but you feel it in your skin. Um, so just wanted to share. We went out today because I was supposed to receive a Christmas basket today. So when we went out, it was kind of like, shower of rain, and at the same time, when you get out of the car, the sun will hit you. Whatever happens, it hurts. So here in the Philippines, when they say in, like, in different parts of, in different countries, from the whole world, you can fry an egg. Yeah, daily here you can do that. It's really really hot,
Does
and
it?
I think Americans really hate this one. Like, it's hot and kind of wet feeling. It's
mm,
not that hot dry that you were once mentioning to me about. It's not that. It's the hot and wet thing.
It's got to be hard. Funny because we usually talk about painting. It's got to be hard for painters over there because they have to probably pick the perfect time. Do they do a lot of the painting at night? Do you see guys working
Oh
over?
no,
No.
no. They still paint on the day, regardless of however hot it is. But when it's raining, it's usually the interior, and then when it's not raining, you can do exterior. Um, they don't follow the proper process for mass made. Like, for example, where I'm living at right now, it's when you told me about painting techniques, it's not showing here. It's just plain.
Hmm. Yeah, they
Mhm.
they probably I would imagine like if everything's one color, they probably spray everything inside, or they just they can mop it on with a roller.
Mhm.
Yeah, I it is hard to paint like in the when it's really humid out. Um, we had a situation once where we were painting the back of this lady's house one time. But God, probably 7 years ago, and I was up on the lift painting, and my guys were yelling at me to come down because they had lunch. It was lunchtime. They're like, "It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. Come on, let's eat." They had brought lunch, or somebody bought me lunch that day. So I'm just finishing up because it was getting cloudy out, and we always keep the like the weather apps on our phone. So I'm looking at the phone, and I'm like, man, it is not supposed to rain anywhere um around here today. Like, this is crazy. Like, I could feel the rain in my bones. I'm like, it's gonna rain. So I'm trying to hurry up, thinking if I get the paint on and it has a half hour to dry, no problem, right? I get off the lift within 2 minutes. I get into the garage because that's where we were sitting having lunch. I like the heavens opened up and it rained and it pissed green paint all down the side of the house and down the driveway. And I was like, oh no, because I had spent all day, all morning putting a new coat up high on that house, which is really, you know, it wasn't fun being up there and up high. And for me, I'm not a big fan of heights. I'll do them, but I'm not a big fan. Um, and then just watching all the product just blow down this lady's driveway. So she was cool about it. We headed up. It lasted 5 minutes. It was just a 5 minute like sell. You know what I mean? They just came through, blasted a bunch of rain on us, and we had to repaint it. Mishaps are fun in painting. We should talk about mishaps. That was one.
Yeah.
I remember one time I had a girl working for me for a long time. She became my foreman, and she called me crying one time on a job site. She had kicked a can of teal blue paint over by accident onto a white carpet. Oh no. Now, probably my number one skill in life is that I don't freak out about much. So I just was like, okay. I said, we'll figure it out. I said, don't cry. Like, relax. She was really upset. I mean, admittedly so, because she's like, we're going to have to replace this whole carpet, which would have killed the job, you know? So we ended up going, I did some research and we found a product that was supposed to get anything out of carpets, right? So we used it and it worked. I told her, I said, just keep it wet, like clean up the paint that you can, but keep the carpet wet, keep the paint wet so that it doesn't settle in, because once it dries, we would have been in trouble. So I bought the product, I brought it, we used it, it cleaned it so well that we did the walkthrough with the customer, let them see everything. The carpet was dry by the time they came home. You couldn't even tell that we cleaned that spot. Like, normally if you get something on a carpet, when you clean it, you can tell that you're like, oh, something happened here. It was so cool. And it was so cool that we actually admitted that we did it. We were like, hey, you want to know something? We kicked a whole can of paint over on your rug. Sorry.
You got pictures of it?
We cleaned it up. I don't know. I'll have to look through because it was quite a long time ago. And then probably another story was it was a summertime, and my brother worked for me at the time, and this other guy, and we were doing something outside that needed primer, right? And oil primer, again, oil primer is something you do not want to spill on any surface because it just locks onto it immediately. So we were working at a house that was getting sold. So it was empty. And they had a blacktop driveway, so it was asphalt. And one of the guys knocked a can of oil-based primer onto the driveway, it was white primer on a black driveway. So I pull up and they're like trying to scoop it up with like drywall knives, whatever they can. And I said, it's okay. I said, I'll go to the store and get kitty litter because kitty litter to absorb chemical spills. So I went to the store, got the kitty litter. By the time I came back, not only was it cleaned up, but you couldn't see where it was. And I was like, hey, what did you guys do? And they're like, and my brother goes, there's a pile of dirt in the backyard. He's like, and I just grabbed some dirt and started mixing it in, like, after we cleaned all the liquid up, he's like, I started mixing it into the driveway. He's like, clean the rest of it, absorb the rest of it. And we just threw it out. And I was like, that was awesome. And the other kid who worked for me said, he goes, I can't believe you didn't freak out. He's like, anyone else would have freaked out. And I'm like, well, I said, I did the calculations in my head. I said, really, the only thing we would have maybe had to do is reseal the driveway, which is like, it's like painting it basically here, like where they put a sealant over it. I said, and that would have cost probably $500. I said, so worst case scenario, we would have been out $500 and we would have learned about how to store paint properly in our van so that we don't kick them over onto people's driveways, right? They're like, yes. So we do make mistakes, and we do have spills sometimes. It's very rare these days because we have kind of like protocol for where we stage and how we put things down. But it's no emergency. Like when something happens, we clean it up. We know how to do it. We know how to, get paint on almost every surface. So And if we have to replace something, which I don't think I've ever had to replace anything, like not a piece of furniture or anything, because we've been able to clean it. But yeah, that's why we're very careful about masking and tarping, and we even tape off like the bottom of like the top of the trim when we're rolling, so that the spritz, if there's a color on the wall and it's white trim, you won't get any spritz from the roller, which you wouldn't be able to see from afar, but if you get close up, you could see little dots of paint if you don't do that. So yeah, we're very careful, and again, as they say, stuff happens and you just clean it up. No big deal.
Sure. If I were that, scenario, I would be freaking out because I wouldn't know what to do in the first place because I would have like a courage to put dirt, the one that you just mentioned, to put dirt on it and then kind of fix it somehow because I might make it worse. It's like I don't know what's gonna happen, like chemical reaction to things. So
That's Yeah, but I think, for me as a leader of sorts, I guess you would say, for my crew, there's no value in me not letting them make mistakes or figure things out.
mm,
It gives them the confidence to do it again. And if they know I'm not going to freak out about it, then they're not worried about me being angry with them. People don't respond well to that. Like that's why we talk about like coaching, or even when you and I work together and I give you things to do that are new. Like, I don't judge you, right? We just like, hey, let's try it. Like, we've done some things recently that were new for you, and we just try them. So it's the only way. It's the only way to make progress. We're getting a little
mm.
philosophical today, but it's true. It's the only way to go forward is if you fall a little bit and get tripped up, you learn things. They're not big failures. Not the end of the world. There's gotta have a little uncertainty in your life. It's good for you, I think.
Yeah, kind of like I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think that's a wrap for today. We've been keeping these to trying to keep them under 15 minutes or so. So, um,
yeah.
if you have any questions for us, please go ahead and hit us up on social media. We check our social media every day. Aldrin checks and responds. I check and respond. We answered all the questions that we got from everyone else. So, any questions, just whatever you want to know about us, even. This is fun. We're just kind of goofing off. This is something that we decided to do just because our morning conversations about work are usually really fun. So,
And if you want to learn how to fry an egg on the sun, let me know.
KahunaCoatings.com. Aldrin, Kahuna. Peace.
Oh yeah. Peace.